Yo, what's going on, good people? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all having a great day. It's your boy LLB, and today I thought I'd spill some more sauce specifically related to hi-hats. I've had a few really nice comments from you guys just saying that you really like the bounce with the beats, and 9 times out of 10 that comes from the hi-hats. Percussive sounds as well, but the foundation is normally the hi-hats. And someone did ask me as well in the comments to do a tutorial on this, so yeah, I'm going to jump straight into it and drop some big hi-hat gems for you guys. So yeah, this is the first video that I'm shooting as we have surpassed the 40k mark, so I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed, that has supported the channel. Honestly, you have no idea how much this all means to me. I've been doing this for quite a while now and it's starting to pay off. So I just really wanted to say, like, genuinely, this honestly means so much to me. Honestly, you have no idea. The 40k giveaway is coming. I promise you it is coming. I'm literally just waiting on one more thing to come through and then I can drop the announcement video. There's so much to give away. But yeah, enough ranting on from me. Let's just dive into these gems. Okay, so the first thing that I'd recommend thinking about when you're trying to make your hi-hats more bouncy is that it's not all to do with the hi-hats. As counterintuitive as that sounds, it's not actually all about the hi-hats. There's a lot of other things that come into it when it comes to adding bounce to your beats. The one that I'd probably put at the top would be the melody. Now, if you got like a nice, catchy, bouncy melody, then the hi-hats really complement it and then just add to it. So I've got this loop right here. Yeah, it's just dead vibey, dead ambient, and that's already given me ideas for the hi-hat. So yeah, the biggest gem of this whole tutorial is probably not even to do with the hi-hats. It's first about getting that initial vibe, and that really gives you a good idea of what you want to do with the hi-hats before you've even clicked them in. So that's the first thing, just make sure you got a vibey melody, just something that initially gives you like a good feeling. So yeah, I'm going to take you through this process. So I'm going to use this loop right here. I think there's a few things that I can add to it, maybe a little electric guitar riff, maybe a little vocal chop. But yeah, I'm just going to quickly go through and make this into a nice full sounding melody, and then we'll get into the hi-hat source. Top guitar. Simple. Something nice here. That's nice. I like that a lot. Okay, nice. I think a nice vocal chop would work well with this. I say this, I literally say this in every beat, but vocals just work. Okay, it's obviously a little bit too sharp, so I'm just going to ease off that with some EQ, some reverb. Yeah, we're getting there, man. I think that last thing that I said, that real like soft ambient sound, that'll work perfect, I think. That's it. I might actually switch that sound. It's a little bit too soft. I kind of like that sound. Nice. And that's it. I think that's my whole melody. So now we can go in and add some drums, and most importantly show you guys the hi-hat source. So the first thing I'd actually recommend is make sure you're using the right type of sound or the right type of hi-hat before you even start putting in the hi-hat. So for like a fast up-tempo beat like this, a long-tailed hi-hat isn't going to sound very good, especially if we're making like a nice bouncy hi-hat rhythm. So yeah, a shorter hi-hat would work better for a fast tempo beat. If you've got a slow beat like around 120, 118, then like a longer tail hi-hat's going to work. So yeah, I'm going to go into the Hypnosis kit and pull up a hi-hat real quick. Nice and quick, sharp, clean sounds. That is going to be good for this beat. Now, in terms of the actual bounce, it's going to depend on the beat you make. Like, I can't go in and just show you exactly where to put each hi-hat because every melody is going to be different, which means the bounce is going to be different for the hi-hat. But what I will recommend is just to go with your gut. Don't think about, oh, if I don't put my hi-hats a certain way, they're not going to get placed. You know, if I don't just do a two-step and just do that, then it's not going to get placed. Don't worry about that, okay? Just go with what you feel's right. Maybe start off with a two-step. Maybe that could work. You know, that could actually work for this beat. Put a clap in and just see what it sounds like. I mean, that could work. So it could literally just be as simple as that. But for the tutorial, I'm not just going to leave you at a 2-step and just tell you to do that for every beat. So I'm just going to delete this. And we're just going to try something else. We're just going to try a different bounce. So my head wasn't even thinking about doing a 2-step. I just kind of said it and it actually kind of works for this beat. But what I was actually thinking was a more spaced out bouncy hi-hat, especially for an up-tempo beat. If you're going like around 160, 170, maybe even 155, then you can get away with doing like a nice catchy but simple hi-hat pattern. So something along the lines of this, I think, for this beat. Almost like an 808 bounce. And like a triple one right there. Something like that. Okay, that's it. That's literally a vibe right there. That's almost like an 808 pattern. Just real nice, like bouncy vibe to it. So you can actually have that mentality of just putting in a hi-hat as though you're putting in an 808. That gives it a really nice bounce. And one other thing I'd say is you just want to mess around with the actual key that you play these hi-hats in. Sometimes if I play this in C, it's kind of nice, but if I literally just drop this down by 1 key, it's a subtle difference, but it just sounds a little bit harder to me when it's down by 1 key. So that's one thing. One also thing that you'll notice here is I didn't even do a lot with this, but all I've done right here is just play with the velocities a little bit. That just gives it more of a subtle hit, but adding a few of those subtle hits in just adds to the bounce as well. Another thing is to add really low and high hi-hats, if that makes sense, but subtle at the same time. So for this second half of the hi-hat pattern, just to mix it up a little bit, I could do something like this. Got a little triplet one right there. And that's it. But just notice that I've kept things like dead simple, but I've just gone with my gut for this. I just really wanted a nice, simple bounce. I kind of already had the end point in my head, and I guess that does come with experience, but just knowing the end goal of each sound and the purpose of each sound, and I think is really important. So one last thing I would do with this is come in with the pan, and like for these low notes and for these high notes, and maybe for those subtle ones, I could play with the pan in. So for this one, I could knock it over to the right. For this top bit, I could knock it over to the left slightly. Not a lot, just a little bit. This low one right here, I can knock that over to the left. That quiet one over to the right. Yeah, that just dances a little bit between each headphone. So yeah, that's literally it. I'm just going to copy and paste it, put it across like that. I don't want to go into like too many dead specifics of how you're supposed to do hi-hats because there isn't really any. A 2-step is obviously clutch, but if you wanted to mix things up a little bit, then just apply some of these principles. Velocities, panning, having an idea of what you already want the beat to sound like before you even start going in with the hi-hat. Just commit to that one bounce that you are feeling for the beat. The minute you start switching things up and going back and tweaking things and changing things, that's when you just end up not finishing the beat. So yeah, I'm just going to go in and finish this beat off. I don't think that hi-hat needs anything else. That's a nice open hat. Simple open hat. Snare. Nice, simple again, just repeat that. And then some perks. Well, that's a nice little subtle perk right there. Nice little perk right there. And then the last thing, I think I'm just going to have a nice little rim shot hit on the last clap at the same time. That one right there. Vibes. Last but not least, the 808. And I think I've already got an idea of what 808 I want for this one. Yeah, I think this Hypnosis 8085 is the one. It's got a nice bit of top end to it. Here we go. a big vibe. I think the hi-hats are like pretty important, especially for this kind of style. But at the same time, there is a lot of other factors that come into your beat making process that really add to the bounce. And I think the key thing is just the melody. Once you can get the melody down, I think the hi-hat feeds off of that. The better the melody that I've made for any kind of beat, normally the hi-hats add to that and make it even harder. But like you can see with the actual hi-hat itself, you can go in a lot of different directions with it. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Again, thank you so much for all of your guys' support. It's been a bumpy ride, but we're making progress, and it's all thanks to you guys. If you haven't subbed already, make sure you do sub so you don't miss out on the announcement video. And yeah, that's going to be it for today, people. I'll see you guys in the next one.